Good evening, folks, and Merry Christmas. It is actually the 25th. I'm late. This is my Christmas Eve, but because it's only just turned to the 25th here, I'll still be in time. So many absurdities to choose from. I got a bit caught up. Okay. Salud. Feliz Navidad. Cheers. God, that mineral water's got a foul taste. Right. Merry Christmas. So what do we have here? I tell you what we have here. I had a choice of absurdities, and I ended up picking, you're gonna love it, something to do with a light delay. I'm sure some of you must recognise the stuff that's on the board. You must know. Yeah? It's good stuff. Now, this is a time delay due to light travelling around a single mass. So when we have light travelling around a single mass, right, it slows down. Now, one of the reasons that I wanted to do this one, because I look for inspiration in other things as my day progresses, and I call this taking one for the team. Sometimes when I listen to stuff and it's difficult, but every now and again you have to take one for the team, yeah? So I was listening to this.
The other Brian. Brian. So I was having lunch with him, and he said something that just blew my mind. What might be fundamental in space-time is this sea of entangled virtual particles, where the particles are entangled via what are essentially wormholes.
Yeah.
Because a wormhole has instantaneous contact from one side to the other, and the wormholes then are the stitching of the fabric of space-time.
Well, ER equals EPR, which is Einstein-Rosen equals Einstein-Podolsky-Rosen. So EPR is...
Brian Cox cracks me up when he's trying not to laugh. Can you not tell?
the spooky action at a distance
Okay.
paper. And ER is Einstein-Rosen, which is 1935, I think, where they showed that the Schwarzschild metric and the eternals.
Did you hear that? This is what swayed me. Now, the Schwarzschild metric, which is clearly in no book, there's no mention of that anywhere, okay? The Schwarzschild metric, black child, Schwarz, black child metric. I mean, but listen, right? Listen, these two kill me. Let's rewind just a bit. And Brian, he's trying not to laugh, he's a crack up.
And ER is Einstein-Rosen, which is 1935, I think, where they showed that the Schwarzschild metric, the eternal Schwarzschild metric, which is the description of a non-spinning black hole, which was discovered very early in relativity, has in it, if you extend it as far as you can, a wormhole geometry. That was Einstein-Rosen. So it's called, I think Leonard Susskind coined the term ER.
All right, Brian. Thanks for that. Now, look. After hearing that, I made a beeline for this here. You know, when you hear the Schwarzschild metric was your 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth one on the list, right? You've got to follow it, haven't you? Now, what we have here is some equations. You must recognise them, you science folk. You've probably really done 3 or 4 examples in the time that I've been showing this. Probably, you know. So what do we have? What we have is time delay due to light travelling around a single mass. Okay? Now, here's the equations, right? So I'm going to read out from the book. So, Shapiro's original formulation was derived from the Schwarzschild solution and included terms to the first order in solar mass, m. There should be an m there somewhere. Where's the r? There we go. That'll be at them probably. Right? M for a proposed Earth-based radar pulse bouncing off of an inner planet and returning, passing close to the sun. Now this is when they bounce radar to see how far away the moon is, that kind of a thing, you know. These are the equations, okay? So listen. I'm going to go through these, but just for fun. So we have at 4gm divided by c cubed, and then we have in xp plus in brackets x2, on and on, right? And then we get to where d is the distance of closest approach of the radar wave to the center of the sun. So we have a d, right? Where's the d? That could be it there, d squared, right? And xp represents the distance along the path from this point to the planet, right? You get that? Where d is the distance of closest approach of the radar wave to the center of the sun, xe, so we have that xe there, there's one there, right? Is the distance along the line of light from the Earth-based antenna to the point of closest approach to the sun. Well, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it really? So an XP, not cryptocurrency, right? XP represents the distance along the path from this point to the planet. The right-hand side of the equation, so this side, is primarily due to the variable speed of the light ray. The contribution from the change in path being of second order in m is negligible. Now, this is what I mean, right? Let's just read that last bit again, okay? The right-hand side of this equation is primarily due to the variable speed of the light ray. The contribution from the change in path being of second order in m is negligible. And then we've got that funny 0. 0 is the Landau symbol of order of error. Now, when you're trying to teach this illogical horseradish to people, and they eventually end up finding some logic, it will be quite traumatic, I'd say, for the common sense department, because this stuff, right, it's stupid. Now, I haven't finished yet, right? Now, we're going a bit further down. Where are we? Here are, so that's down there, right? For a signal going around a massive object, the time delay can be calculated as the following. There you go, right? Here, r is the unit vector pointing from the observer to the source, and x is the unit vector pointing from the observer to the gravitating mass, m. No, that's not m, that's in. The m's in a different formula. Now, the dot denotes the usual Euclidean dot product. Using this AC equals cat, this formula can also be written as AX whatever, which is a fictive extra distance the light has to travel. Now, do you know what fictive is? All of these equations, and then it says this, right? Which is a fictive extra distance the light has to travel. Let's Google fictive, shall we? Just for fun. Oh God, I keep doing this touch screen. Bring it back. Right. Fictive. Sounds like fiction, doesn't it? Something made up. Fictive. Surely not. I haven't actually heard of fictive. Created by the imagination, look. Huh. How about that? Relating to the writing of fiction. The obviously fictive genre, poetry, drama, and the novel. What does it mean if someone is fictive? Calling something or someone fictive suggests it has been invented for a special purpose, such as a character in a story that makes a point about society in general. What does fictive mean? Just to make sure, not genuine. Themed, of, relating to, or capable of imaginative creation. Of relating to or having the characteristics of fiction. Fictional. No. What is another word for fictive? Let's have a look, just to make sure. I don't want to miss anything. Where is it? No, gone too far. God. Right, what is fictive? Definition and meaning. Fictive is often used as a synonym for fictional and fictitious. That was an example of another word for. See, I'm when I see this, right, all of this horse race, I look at this and go, stop it. Just stop it, okay? What's this? For what? Look, guys, it really is time to let this shit go, okay? Using AC, this formula can also be written as which is a fictive extra distance the light has to travel, okay? Now, it talk about far out. Some people should be. What do you do to these people who teach this to children, who teach this to other people? Is it not child abuse? Must be. So, that's the time delay. It didn't happen. There is no time delay. Time delay. Because we did Shapiro yesterday, and we did the Schwarzschild metric on the 18th. It just seemed appropriate, you know, because everything's a little bit fictitious. I just thought we keep fiction for Christmas Eve and going into Christmas. Fiction, isn't it? Santa Claus. Kids. Okay. All right. So I think, what are we on? 1434. Decision. No, let's call it. Folks, it's been a pleasure. Merry Christmas, and I will see you tomorrow. I don't even know what I'm doing if I'm doing this. Well, I'm doing one, but I have to get a special for Christmas. All right, folks. Laters, which is a fictive extra distance.